This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Time right now is 4:27 here. It's your Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day early with us here at RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. As children board school buses today and over the next few weeks as school starts, a new grant will help keep all of those kids safe.
Yeah, we know Indianapolis Public Schools went back yesterday. Several other districts going back today. My own Center Grove Trojans first day of classes today. And we want your kids to be safe as they're getting on and off the bus stop. But unfortunately, people often go past these stop arms. So thanks to this new grant, we know more officers are going to be out there enforcing those rules and laws. And we know the penalty got upped. That went into effect in July thanks to a change in state law. So we'll be keeping you updated on that. But obviously, if you are driving, keep an eye out for those school buses today because they are going to be out in full force.
And just keep an eye out for those kids who are standing at corners waiting for those school buses because they too sometimes can be hard to see, especially if they're awfully tiny.
Definitely. Well, another story we have for you today is part of our Classroom to Career series, part of Hiring Hoosiers, and our Aaron Lish is looking at ways that programs and different things at your child's school are getting them prepared for the workforce. And this time we're taking a look at an internship program.
Yeah, and this is put on by Bank of America. This was the first summer, I believe, that Bank of America did this program here in Indianapolis. It gave students an opportunity to learn a number of skills. As you can see, they are getting down and dirty here, helping clean up some yard waste there. So we'll learn more about what this program teaches and the skills that they are learning to become leaders in the future.
We do want to get a check of our bus stop forecast and what we can expect for today. So Alyssa Donovan is here with all the details.
So we are starting to see that Storm Team 6 alert day because we have those showers and thunderstorms moving in as we head through the day. Now we are tracking a line of storms right now that's just off to our northwest. You can see that on our Storm Team 6 radar. Most of that moving through Illinois right now. It is starting to weaken as it approaches the Indiana border, but we can't rule out seeing a spot stray shower or storm this morning, especially for northwest counties. And then our better chance is going to happen in the afternoon. That's when we are under a marginal risk of some strong to severe storms. The main threats with those will be the potential for straight line winds and lightning with that system moving through. This is going to bring us about a half an inch of rainfall, and that's some much needed rain. Unfortunately, though, it is coming with that severe risk of some strong storms as well. The good news is this is all going to be today and into the evening, possibly lingering overnight, and then we'll see things calm down by tomorrow.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Well, we are celebrating something pretty cool here this week at RTV6. Who's that guy?
Young Kevin Gregory. Yes. It is his 30-year anniversary here at RTV6. So we are going to be celebrating him and everything he has done for the station in those 3 decades. We've got that plus news, weather, and traffic here to start your Tuesday.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Delaware County residents are concerned with plans to build a new chemical plant in Muncie. Working for you, we take their concerns to city and company officials.
Plus, more school buses will hit the roads all across central Indiana today. This morning, how new funding from the state aims to keep your kids safer while they're waiting for the bus. Time right now is 4:30 here on your Tuesday morning. Thanks for starting your day early with us here on RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Alyssa Donovan joining us again. It is a Storm Team 6 alert day. We are going to see something I feel like we have not seen in quite some time.
It's been very quiet over the past couple weeks here, but things are changing today. We have storms moving in as we head through the day. Potential for some heavy rainfall at times. Now, we do need that rainfall. Unfortunately, we do have that severe, strong risk of some storms moving through as well. Right now, we are tracking just a line of storms moving through Peoria and Champaign, Illinois. That's going to continue to move towards Indiana. Now, it is starting to weaken, though, as it approaches the border. So just a small chance of seeing those showers and storms moving across some of those northern counties as we head through this early morning hour. The main threats, again, going to be lightning, which you can see there's quite a bit of in this system moving through, as well as some heavy rainfall and straight line winds. Our better chance of some strong storms comes in the afternoon. Right around 10 a.m. to noon is when we'll start to see the rest of that system really track into the area. That's all coming from the same trough that's moving from the northwest right now. That's going to start moving through as we head into mid-morning morning and throughout the afternoon and early evening. That's when it's going to be our best chance of seeing some of that additional rainfall and storms move through. So here we are at 8:30 this morning. It is going to be a gloomy day today, starting in the 70s across many locations. And then as we head into the early afternoon hours, that's when we're going to see the bulk of that system start to track in, moving through this afternoon and into the early evening. And that is when we do have that marginal risk of some severe to strong storms. Again, we are all under that risk today. The main threats with that are going to be the potential for lightning as well as straight line winds, which can be very damaging. Today, our highs will be into the upper 80s with that potential of strong storms moving through later today.
Alyssa, thank you so much. Here's a live look at traffic right now on the north side of town, I-465 at US 31 Meridian Street. Traffic in this area is pretty quiet this morning. No issues to slow you down. So let's take a turn to the south side, I-65 and I-465. That interchange there is still pretty quiet this morning. Everything is open and traveling up to speed. We'll continue to keep a close eye out for any crashes or delays that might slow you down, and we will keep you updated.
A controversial new business drawing hundreds of people to have their voices heard at the Muncie City Council meeting. City Council members are considering whether or not to allow a new zinc production plant in the city. Wales Sustainable Products is expected to be in operation by the end of next year in the former Borg-Warner site along Kilgore Avenue. Many people are worried that pollution and mercury emissions from the plant could be hazardous to their health.
I'm normally not this vocal. I can't have it. For the sake of the future of this community, we can't have it. It's not worth it.
I think this would be detrimental for people thinking about moving to this community, and with the university students so close, I just feel like this is a huge issue that impacts a lot of people within the city of Muncie and also statewide as those kids travel here from other cities.
The Indiana Department of Environmental Management is reviewing the permit application to build the facility. The department is considering things like how much pollution will be released and how it will be regulated. Wales Sustainable Products declined an on-camera interview, but released a statement saying, quote, the facility will operate in compliance with environmental laws and in accordance with air regulations and its final air permit, all of which ensures an operation that protects human health and the environment.
This morning, investigators on the city's east side are trying to figure out the circumstances leading up to a person being shot. This all happened around 9:30 last night near 15th and Ritter. Investigators tell RTV6 the victim was taken to the hospital in critical condition. No word this morning on a search for the suspect.
Brebeuf is taking a battle with the Archdiocese of Indianapolis all the way to the Vatican. Earlier this year, the Archdiocese announced it would no longer recognize the school as Catholic due to its refusal to fire a teacher in a same-sex marriage. After that announcement, Jesuit representatives said it would take the case to the Vatican if necessary. Brebeuf has asked the Congregation for Catholic Education in Rome to address and overrule the decision.
At 4:34 later this morning, thousands of additional students across the state will board their school buses for that first day of class. This morning, they'll be better protected thanks to the nearly $400,000 grant that's intended to help area police agencies improve the safety around bus stops. The grant will help to pay overtime for officers to enforce laws at school bus stops over the next 2 months. Earlier this year, the governor signed a new school bus safety law, and it took effect July 1st. It increased the penalties for drivers who fail to stop when a school bus stop arm is extended.
You'll be able to catch more than food, rides, and animals at the state fair this year. The Indiana Department of Health is offering health training, birth certificates, and medication disposal bags at the fair. The agency says its booth in the exposition hall is providing education about tobacco cessation, food safety, and ways to prevent infant mortality. Next Saturday and Sunday, you'll be able to purchase copies of birth and death certificates. You'll need to bring your photo ID and a check for $10 to obtain a certificate on the spot. And here's a look at some of the things planned for today at the fair. It's $2 Tuesday at the fair. That means $2 gate admission, $2 rides on the Midway, and $2 food options at each food stand. And be sure to catch the watermelon seed spitting contest at 1 in the Purdue Extension Building. Then be sure to catch the Indiana Wind Symphony on the Bet Indiana Free Stage tonight at 7:30. You can go to the State Fair for free, courtesy of RTV6. All you have to do is watch for your cue to call to win a family 4-pack of tickets in our 6 a.m. hour.
It is 4:36. A popular Southern Indiana amusement park is preparing for a big announcement. Holiday World and Splash and Safari is teasing its 2020 edition with the post that you see here on your screen. The posts read, "Mark your spot, hold tight, lap it up, make a splash, and slide over," all with a cat theme. The big announcement is set for 1 o'clock this afternoon, Indianapolis time. Of course, we're going to fill you in on the big announcement as soon as we learn more.
A new canine officer is protecting and serving Westfield this morning thanks to the Indianapolis Colts. The team introduced the canine at training camp on Monday. He's the third canine in the Westfield Police Department. Officials say the donation is one way to give back to the Westfield community, which now hosts Colts training camp. The canine, named Billy, is trained to detect explosives. His main assignment will be Westfield High School.
Very cute. Well, Indigo's new rapid transit route does not open until next month, but it's already causing some confusion. An RTV6 photographer spotted this car parked in the red line bus lane. Remember, the lanes painted solid red are for buses only. Those are primarily on College, Meridian, and Capitol. For other changes you need to be aware of before the red line opens in September, you can check out this story in the RTV6 app.
New details continue to emerge surrounding mass shootings in Ohio and Texas. Straight ahead, what we're learning about the El Paso shooter's actions before opening fire inside of a Walmart.
And more students will fill classrooms all across central Indiana this week. Coming up in about 10 minutes, how screen time impacts your child's ability to ease into the school year. Alyssa.
And today is a Storm Team 6 alert day. We are tracking a line of storms moving into the area right now. I'll tell you what to expect at your house coming up.
Storm Team 6 working for you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 4:41 on your Tuesday morning, and here's a live look at I-74 and Post Road, where it looks like we have some road construction in the area. Traffic is still getting by just fine in both directions. We'll continue to keep a close eye on the spot to our southeast and keep you updated.
All eyes will be on Wall Street this morning. The U.S. economy is growing and the unemployment rate is low, but the escalating trade war with China is taking a toll on stocks. The Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ all closed down 3%. The drops came after China devalued its currency in response to President Trump's tariff threat.
SpaceX is hoping to launch its Falcon 9 rocket this evening from Cape Canaveral, Florida. That rocket is carrying an Amos 17 satellite to provide communication services to Africa. The launch was delayed from August 3rd in order to set up an additional static fire test. Well, now we want to get to those deadly shootings in El Paso and Dayton. This morning, we're learning what authorities believe the El Paso shooter did before entering a Walmart Saturday to kill at least 22 people.
We're also learning more about the possible motive behind the Dayton shooter. ABC's Megan Tevrizian is in El Paso with the latest.
Pain now turning to action. Candlelight vigils around the country in El Paso, Dayton, Las Cruces, New Mexico, even outside the NRA's headquarters in Virginia. The Empire State Building lit orange for gun violence awareness. President Trump condemning the shootings, on Monday focusing the conversation on mental health and the internet rather than gun background checks.
Go! Come on!
The horror began Saturday morning when 21-year-old Patrick Crusius opened fire inside a packed Walmart, killing at least 22 people and injuring dozens of others. Authorities believe he was targeting the Mexican community. 7 of the deceased victims were Mexican nationals. Among the dead, Santa Fe native Angie Elisby, who was on the phone with one of her daughters minutes before the shooting.
I hope that maybe someone next to her held her hand, or that she wasn't afraid.
Authorities now saying the suspect first entered the store without any weapons, then left to arm himself. In Dayton, new video showing people running into this bar trying to escape 24-year-old Connor Betts as he opened fire in the downtown district, killing 9, including his sister. As officials still search for a motive, former high school classmates tell ABC News Betts was formally suspended from high school for writing a hit list of classmates he wanted to kill and sexually assault. ABC News confirming the story with their parents.
He's always had a love affair with guns.
President Trump is expected to visit El Paso tomorrow. His visit is getting mixed reaction from people here. Megan Tevrizian, ABC News, El Paso, Texas.
In the wake of mass shootings in California, Texas, and Ohio, President Trump and top Republicans are citing video games as one explanation for the violence. But experts say there is little evidence to link violent games to violence in the real world. For example, a study published this year looked at more than 1,000 British teens. It found no link between the time spent playing violent video games and aggressive behavior. That's consistent with other research showing little, if any, link between violence and video games. Well, if you thought July's heat was record-breaking, you were right. Last month is now the hottest month on record for the planet. That's according to European climatologists. Experts say this July was slightly hotter than July of 2016, which held the previous record. The difference is the extreme July heat this year happened during a period of more neutral weather. Back in July 2016, the world was in the middle of one of the strongest El Niños events ever on record. It is 4:45 here this morning, Alyssa, and we don't have much heat today, but we do have some rain.
That's right. We have that rain and thunderstorm chance moving in today. We are tracking a line of storms right now. It is a medium impact level Storm Team 6 alert day. Because of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, we are under a marginal risk of severe weather. That is a low risk, but that means we do have the potential of a few of those strong to severe storms sparking up, especially as we head into the later afternoon and early evening hours. The main threats with this system are going to be some lightning as well as some wind damage possible. So that's what we're tracking right now. Now we are seeing the first line of storms moving through right now through Illinois, I should say, and it is starting to weaken. However, we can't rule out that making it its way into Indiana this morning. Most of that activity is bringing some heavy showers as well as lightning, and as it weakens, we will see that possibility of a few pop-up showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two, especially for northwest counties this morning as that moves southeast. All of that is coming from this trough. Now, as that moves through, most of the activity is expected later this afternoon, besides this first line of storms that could impact some areas this morning. Most of the morning, a lot of us are going to see some drier conditions, and then we'll really start to see that system move through as we head into the afternoon and early evening hours. So here we are right around 11:30 a.m. We're going to see those temperatures a little lower than yesterday, in the 80s across the area, 70s to the north, and then by the early afternoon, we'll start to see that system creep into some of those northwest counties, and then it will really spread southeast as we head into the later afternoon and early evening hours, really setting up to the southeast of us. And that's where we're looking at the highest risk of some of those stronger storms today. But it's going to lift out very quickly. So as this system moves through, again, we are going to see that just today, this afternoon and early evening, possibility of a few spot stray showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two this morning as well, just with that first line that is starting to weaken. So we are under a marginal risk of some severe weather today. The main threats with that are going to be the possibility of some lightning as well as those straight line damaging winds. So just be aware of that. Good time to download your Storm Shield app so you are in the know about what is headed towards your house. Right now, temperatures starting a little warm this morning. We're in the 70s across the area, 60s in some locations. It's 70 right now in Indianapolis. And as we head through the day, temperature is going to be a little cooler than we were yesterday, just reaching the mid-80s with mostly cloudy skies this morning and those best chances of showers and storms moving in as we head into the afternoon, which is why we are under that Storm Team 6 alert day. Now tomorrow, things calm down. We'll see partly sunny skies, maybe a stray shower lingering in the morning, but for the most part, it is going to be a dry day. And then we have another chance of a spot storm moving in for your Thursday. Temperatures climbing back up close to 90 degrees before things really calm down just in time for the weekend. That's when high pressure is back in control. Temperatures are really evening out a little bit below average, actually, and we're going to see plenty of sunshine.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Time right now for a look at traffic, and here's a look on the southwest side of town, I-465 at Man Road. You can see traffic here is moving along up to speed. Pretty quiet still this morning. No issues to slow you down, but let's take a look at our traffic now. Map monitoring just a few slowdowns for your commute. Southbound I-65 heading into the dog leg there at I-865, a brief slowdown, so pay attention there. We also have some slowdowns here along eastbound I-465. This is just past Keystone Avenue. It picks back up when you get past I-69 ramps. We also have a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane of northbound I-65 at MLK, not causing any delays at this time. But let's take a live look right now up in Fishers, I-69 at 106th Street. You can see traffic in this area is traveling smoothly northbound and southbound. We'll continue to keep a close eye on those roads and keep you updated.
Walmart just filed a patent for its own cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is basically a digital form of money. Walmart wants it to be equivalent to the dollar. You'd send it using your thumbprint or an eye scan. Experts say there's not a huge concern with this. Some even think the idea could help cut out fraud. Cryptocurrencies from stores are also like getting a store credit card or a rewards account. Walmart will likely be tracking purchases, but we'd also get some perks out of it.
And that certainly is a benefit to them. A benefit to us then is sometimes the discounts and also the availability of, again, financial instruments, credit cards, debit cards, these sorts of things that we might not already have access to.
Other stores are expected to try and create their own cryptocurrency. Analysts say will most likely just end up with 3 or 4 different types of virtual currency.
A lot of school districts across central Indiana are returning to class this week, and experts say the key to getting back on track is more about screens than playing outside. They say no phones, games, or computers an hour before bedtime, and it's important to establish screen-free times in zones like at the dinner table or not before school.
When you see those devices, you can assign them to different members of your household, and then you can put those devices on a schedule. Say you want the kids to get used to getting online. Maybe they can check the internet at 7 a.m. before they go to school, but you definitely want it off at for bedtime at 9 p.m. That schedule is easy to set. You can also modify it so it's different on the weekends if you want to give them a little more screen time then.
Google's Home Wi-Fi allows you to set screen times. Apple is adding new screen time settings in the iOS 13, which is expected to hit devices in September.
Firefighters in Washington, D.C. getting a call they didn't expect, and it was right in their own firehouse. After the break, why the firefighters call it one of their best days of work yet.
Plus, a pet owner reportedly leaving her dog in the heat to die. Coming up at 5 o'clock, hear what she says about this July incident. But first,
I'm Seema Iyer, and today on the all-new Court TV, it's opening statements in Tennessee versus Eric Boyd. We'll catch you up on all of the big moments from day one. The trial, 12 years in the making, as prosecutors hope to prove Boyd was involved in a horrific double homicide that left a young couple in Knoxville dead. That's today on the all-new Court TV.
And don't forget, you can watch Court TV anytime, anywhere on CourtTV.com. We'll be right back.
Jetta, Tiguan, and select Atlas models.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. I want to show you one of the slower spots for our morning commute here on the north side. This is I-465 and Keystone Avenue. You can see some flashing lights there on your screen. Eastbound lanes just a little bit slow in this pocket, but then it picks right back up. We'll continue to keep you updated on any crashes or delays.
Washington, D.C. firefighters jumping into action to help a mom-to-be with just minutes to spare. The 22-year-old mother was in labor and trying to make her way to the hospital when she hopped off a city bus and ran toward firehouse number 18 for help. Firefighters say the woman told them the baby was coming right away. And sure enough, she was right. Mother's instinct. Firefighters say it only took 10 minutes to deliver the baby, and it is a day they will never forget.
We had a beautiful baby girl, 6 pounds, 2 ounces, on the floor in the office of our firehouse.
It was absolutely amazing. It was probably my best day on the job as far as a positive thing happening. It was pretty exciting.
Mom and baby were transported to the hospital and are said to be in great condition. Congrats to them.
Very cool. Well, the first Tuesday in August means today is National Night Out. The annual event is a community building effort promoting partnerships between local residents, businesses, and police officers. Many communities mark this day with block parties and festivals. The point behind the party is to get to know your neighbors, local business people, and first responders who serve your community. Communities around central Indiana are having National Night Out celebrations tonight. And Alyssa, are they going to be impacted by some storms?
I hope they don't have to reschedule.
I hope so too, but we do have a good chance of those showers and storms moving in later today. Now, we are tracking a system moving in right now. That's starting to weaken though, so just a chance of seeing those showers and storms this morning. Best chance is going to be this afternoon and into the early evening hours. So those people planning those events, definitely a good time to download that Storm Shield app so you know what's going on out there. We are under a marginal risk of some strong to severe storms, the main threats being lightning as well as damaging winds. 86 today, drying out by Wednesday.